Hey guys, Chris with Paper Chase Truckers here. Just finishing up my day. Um, for not doing a whole lot, it really seemed kind of like a long day. We started at 9 a.m., nothing early, nothing crazy. Pretty much what that looked like. 9 a.m., we met in a class. I don't know, we're probably 40 deep, roughly. Basically, they just went over, kind of your basic orientation type stuff, the do's and the don'ts. Um, Signed a few papers, ordered our safety vests. We had the head of security come through, kind of give us again the do's and the don'ts. What'll get you walked out of here real quick, even after you're through orientation. They keep a good eye on you and their company and their freight. And they also, they during the orientation process they take care of your meals. They give you 3 meals a day. This morning I had some fantastic biscuits and gravy. Um, it was before I got my card, so I paid out of pocket. I think it cost me $2.50 for some coffee and some biscuits and gravy. Pretty good helping. Um, but yeah, the head of the kitchen came through and gave us our card. That way we get 3 meals a day. So lunch, I had some fantastic roast beef and mashed potatoes, gravy, biscuit. Some good comfort food. Um, we did what was it, a file review is what they called it. So not only did my class they start classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so they were really swamped. They only have two individuals in there actually going over the files, so it took several hours sitting and waiting for them to kind of go over the application. We turned in our paper copy of the application today, and they just kind of go over your background. A lot of the stuff, at least my recruiter did before I came here, but it was more in person and actual hard copies. Um, so that took up, going through the little bit of orientation and going through the file review. That ate up a good majority of the day. Yeah, I mean I was done by one. They introduced us to CBTs. That's our computer-based training. It's a lot of videos, a lot of files. Let me adjust that Chiefs hat there, guys. Go Chiefs. Um, but yeah, I was out. I went and had lunch. Like I said, some roast beef, fantastic. If I can figure out this YouTube thing and how to get a picture up of it, I did take a picture and send it to my wife. That way, she knew I was eating good. So maybe I'll share that with you guys too. And after lunch, I went and did a bunch of CBTs. There's like 50 of them or so that are due by midnight tomorrow. I knocked out a good majority of them, so I feel good about that. And then we had simulator training. Exactly what it sounds like. It was a big, huge video game of an 18 wheeler. My kid would have loved this. Uh, but yeah, that was cool. You get to feel the vibe, the vibration. You got your mirrors on each side of you because they have big, huge screens in front of you and to the left of you, literally just like a semi truck. So that was cool and pretty exciting. Um, on the downside, um, well, let me start with before I came to Prime. I mentioned in my previous video that I had a great job and it was a big step to give that up, which I did. But there was a lot of methodical thought process, and with very methodical thought process that went into that. A lot of research and review. I got on YouTube, did my due diligence, found myself a trainer and used his referral code, and been talking to him for several weeks. Twisted Big D, check him out on YouTube. Dude's hilarious and got a lot of knowledge. Uh, that's why I chose him to train me on PSD. That's the on the pad training. That's once you get through orientation. Excuse me. Once you get through orientation, you go onto the pad, and that's where they teach you how to drive a big rig, how to do your backing maneuvers, your pre-trip inspections, get you prepared to take the CDL test. Like I said, I came here with my permit. Now I need to be able to test out and do my test. Um, And the idea was, I go through the orientation. It's 2 3 day process, and then you get out on the pad, and it's roughly 2 to 3 weeks, and then you test out. The next process after you test out, get your CDLs, you get on the road and do your 30,000 miles with a TNT trainer. Now, that, from what I understood, is where the waiting begins, because they were kind of backed up in that. Uh, the whole TNT process, getting you on the road with a trainer to do your 30,000 miles. So I kind of anticipated that, but what I did not anticipate was a phone call I received today saying that with the new, I believe it's FMCSA, the new CDL regulations that are going into effect February 7th, uh, I did not anticipate that I would have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to be able to do my PSD training to get my CDL. So I feel a little disheartened with that. Um, that wasn't in my plans, my agenda, by no means. Um, Anybody that knows me, I like to stick to the plan that's been set forth, and I'm not a big fan of change. I understand that the trucking industry, it does happen, but a lot of that is because of these CDL regulations that are changing as far as the training and such. Prime's going to be an accredited school to be able to train for the CDL, but part of the trainer requirements, you have to have 2 years minimum of over the road experience, and I'm learning that maybe a lot of their trainers do not have that 2 year experience. Therefore, it's putting a bind on the training process. So I've been told that there's students that have been waiting 2 3 weeks, like a lot. I mean, hundreds possibly have been waiting to get their PSD training, and now, regardless of what planning I had, that's been put to the back burner. They got to take these people that have been waiting 2 and 3 weeks and make them the top priority and get them on that pad. So I feel a little deflated, a little disheartened from that. Um, but what do you do? I'm here. I'm gonna suck it up and wait my turn. Um, and hope for the best. I'm not a young man by no means. I'm 42 years old, but I do have a long career ahead of me still, and I know this CDL is going to be hugely beneficial for me and my family. And so we'll stick it out. We'll do what we got to do, um, and we'll make it happen. Uh, Tomorrow, I still got a little bit more orientation. I guess we're gonna do. I got a lot of CBTs to do still yet, but for the most part, they're just videos, and they got a quick little quiz at the end of them, 5 to 10 questions, nothing too major. Um, and then I get to go back and get on that simulator again. This one will be a little more real world, you know, uh, experience versus drive a straight line, hang this big curve. Uh, so, uh, I don't know. I guess that's about all I really got to share for now. I'm still excited. Don't let the tone or my demeanor, like I said, I do feel a little deflated. Nobody likes it when their plans get changed, especially whenever I put in the work to make sure to secure myself a trainer and not have to deal with some of these wait times. But it is what it is, right? Um, I actually, I would like to speak about Prime a little bit. This new America we're living in, and the workforce, it's changed. For any of the, me and my wife would like to go out to eat, whether it's fast food or sit down. That's changed. People don't have pride like they used to. They don't seem to care as much, and their attitudes just are not that great. And I don't know if it's the company they work for, it's the fact they have to be working. I'm really not sure. All I know is it really pretty much sucks. Yeah, we've had a lot of bad experiences when we go out to eat. Um, but here at Prime, and this is one of the reasons why I'm going to stick it out, because there is other companies out there, and I might be able to go. I probably could go get in another company, maybe even get through it a little quicker. I don't know, maybe not, because this whole CDL rule change that started February 7th, I believe it's really put an influx on these training schools because a lot of people are trying to get in before that. But back to what I was saying, Prime employees here have been fantastic. They all have smiles. They all have good attitudes. Um, and I think that speaks volumes for the company. There's a lot of jobs out there. They could go find another one if they didn't like it, but they're sticking around. They got a good attitude. I mean, every person I've met has had a great attitude, and again, I think that speaks a lot about Prime, and therefore I will be sticking it out. And we're gonna get that CDL. We're gonna get down the road, chase that paper, make that, stack that money. Sorry. Uh, yeah. With that being said, I really think that's about it for this video tonight. If you would like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, right? I think that's same as subscribing, but everybody says ring that bell. So if you would, share it with a friend, tell somebody about it. Follow my journey. Thanks again. Have a good night, guys.